Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're gonna preview Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. So without wasting any time, let's get started. As you all know that Liverpool just drew this match against Crystal Palace 1-1. So will you call Liverpool unlucky going into the match, or will you say that Crystal Palace really defend well? I think Liverpool were unlucky going into the match with all the chances and exits they had going into the match. But I'm not saying that Crystal Palace do not deserve any point or do not deserve to win this match. Crystal Palace equally defend well. They came with a plan to sit tight deep into their box and hit them Liverpool on the counter, which they did extremely well, executed the plan really well. Crystal Palace will be happy in terms of taking a point against Liverpool. This will give them some boost going into the season. Now let's see what Liverpool did with the ball, as they have much of the possession and the ball. Now if you look at the XG of Liverpool is 2.56, and if you compare with Crystal Palace is just 0.92, which does not matter. What matters is that Crystal Palace is taking a huge point on Anfield. You can see here Liverpool has started the game with 4-3-3 and Crystal Palace went with 5-4-1 formation. Now Liverpool were finding them easily, building up from the back, as Crystal Palace neither were interested in attacking, especially their fullbacks. They were happy to shift deep down in their own box. Now as you can see here, Salah was here, Diaz, Nunes was operating in between of both of them. Milner, Harvey Elliott, Fabinho was over here, Phillips and Van Dijk. With the help of their fullbacks, try to overload the Crystal Palace midfield, but it did not work out as planned, as Crystal Palace back did not push Liverpool fullbacks, but instead of fullbacks, their midfielders were happy to push, to mark Liverpool fullbacks. If Crystal Palace fullbacks were aggressive and tried to push up to mark the Liverpool fullbacks, with the help of the extra man in the defense of Crystal Palace, will always stick up to their Liverpool's wingers. So if Liverpool were trying to put a third man run, so there was always a free man in the defense of Crystal Palace that would cover Liverpool's third man run or in behind runs. So Liverpool were trying hard to break the Crystal Palace line, but one thing that Liverpool was doing often and really good is that Fabinho got all the time in the world, as Zaha did not try to mark him or push him. So Fabinho was getting all over the time in the world to turn back and especially put a long ball from Liverpool defense to the Crystal Palace defense, and with the timely runs, they were able to find their man in behind Crystal Palace defense. Sometimes it was Salah, Nunes and even Luis Diaz, as you can see in these pictures. As you can see here, Van Dijk is on the ball, and you can see on the right hand side that Trent is free, and Van Dijk just sees that and puts a long ball behind Crystal Palace defense, which perfectly find the Trent. But again, it was a waste, or you can say they did not capitalize on it. Now again you can see here Trent has the ball and Mohamed Salah on the right hand side has made a run, Trent just put a long ball again, which found Salah, but again it was just a waste of another opportunity. I was. This is what I was trying you to tell, that Liverpool players were finding it very easy to make an in behind run of Crystal Palace defense. As you can see here, Luis Diaz is on the run, and this time it is Phillips who find him with the perfect ball in behind of the Crystal Palace defense. When Fabinho had the ball, he used to carry the ball into the midfield of the Crystal Palace, not always trying to pull a Crystal Palace defender, but the Crystal Palace midfielder did a very good job at covering Liverpool free men shadow press, and then shadow press Fabinho, so it will cut off all the passing lane from Fabinho to a free man of Liverpool by Crystal Palace midfielders shadow press. Now, this is one of the early chances which Liverpool got into the game. Trent puts this early cross into the box, which deflects, and the ball is with Crystal Palace midfielder, which Muller intercepts it beautifully, and which he later on blows into the stand, which I think this should have been at least hit on the target, or it should have been goal. Now over here, Crystal Palace goalkeeper just clears his line, and somehow the ball found ease. Now as you can see here that Fabinho commits himself to ease to recover the ball, but he fails to do it at ease. Dribble past him very easily. Now, as you can see here, there is no Liverpool defense, as there are only Van Dijk and Phillips. But you have to give it to Zaha. He made a timely run in between both of them, and is puts a lovely true ball to Zaha, which Zaha controls it beautifully, and he scores. Now over here, Alisson do not have any chance to stop it, and Liverpool are 1-0 down. Now look at here, look at the position of Virgil van Dijk. He is out of his position, which Zaha which Zaha took advantage of it and has made a run in between the space. Now over here, Crystal Palace midfielder finds Zaha with the ball, but Zaha, first touch was so poor that he could not control it. But later on, you have to give it to Alisson for this save. If Zaha's first touch was good, then it would have been another goal for Crystal Palace. Just before halftime, Liverpool had a chance to equalize. As you can see, the ball is with Harvey Elliott, and Harvey Elliott puts another ball in behind Crystal Palace defender, which found perfectly Darwin Núñez. Now over here, Darwin Núñez will consider him unlucky in terms of not converting this chance. Now Darwin Núñez shoot was very perfect, but he was unlucky as it hit the post. Now later on, which rebounded and found Virgil van Dijk, but Virgil van Dijk misjudged the ball, and which later on Crystal Palace clears it. At this point of time, Trent has the ball, which he puts in the path of Darwin Núñez to the Crystal Palace midfielders, which Darwin Núñez received the ball, but you have to give it to the Crystal Palace as they threw themselves on the line to stop this shot going into the net. Later on, Darwin Núñez just takes a silly red card as they were already one goal down. Everybody thought from now Crystal Palace would get better control of the game, would have much of the possession, but it turns out exactly opposite. Liverpool were controlling the game even after going one man down. Now this shows the mentality of the Liverpool, as they were believe that they can take a point or win the game at their home ground at Anfield. Soon after the red card, Luis Diaz equalized it for Liverpool. He just dribbles past to Crystal Palace defenders and take a brilliant shot into the right net corner. The finish was again out of the world, which nobody expected him to do that. Over here, Crystal Palace just had another chance which they could not capitalize on it. Zaha just shoot it wide. Now over here, Liverpool got free kick, which is later deflected, and Mohamed Salah got the ball, which Mohamed Salah shoots it brilliantly but hits it wide. Later on, Liverpool got a chance from corner kick, which Carvalho just blew it up. Now, if you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And Liverpool fans, tell me what are your feelings going into the game, if you feel unlucky or hardened. Thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it.